It's a new year on my channel, and that means I got a new wand, and I'm ready to do a new movie review. Well, it's another new year for my channel, and I felt like going over another batch of films that I have a fondness for. And, based on what I'm wearing, you can obviously tell what this next set is going to be. And I'm starting the set with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The movie was based on the book by J.K. Rowling, but the book is also known as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in Britain. A boy named Harry Potter has been living with his mean relatives, Uncle Vernon, Aunt Petunia, and Cousin Dudley for 11 years, until he gets letters from the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. But as Vernon tries to stop the oncoming letters from appearing, he takes the family away from it all, until a giant named Rubeus Hagrid comes to take Harry to buy supplies for Hogwarts, as he's not only accepted to attend the school by one of the letters, but is also a wizard. But Harry learns that he's famous for surviving an attack from an evil wizard named Voldemort, or to everyone else as, he who must not be named, and that he's the one who killed his parents and left Harry with a cursed lightning bolt scar on his head. And so Harry makes new friends such as Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger on the way to Hogwarts by train, and makes new enemies such as Draco Malfoy and Professor Severus Snape while in Hogwarts. And during his time at Hogwarts, Harry not only learns magic and joins the game of Quidditch, but also learns a powerful relic with Ron and Hermione called the Sorcerer's Stone that gives the elixir of life, and are under the suspicion that Snape is going to steal it, unaware that someone else is really going after it. The movie was certainly a big thing in the same way the book was, but after 17 years since it came out, is it still as effective as it was back then? Not quite. I mean, the film is still a wonder to witness. The sets look well done, the humor works at times, and the effects are good. But the film's not as grand as I remembered it. I watched this Potter film more times than the others, and there's plenty of memorable moments around. But some effects obviously don't feel right, even noticing to how fake it looks. Where some effects like the moving paintings and the invisibility cloak do hold up, other effects like the troll and Fluffy the three-headed dog look kinda fake. But there are a couple practical effects too. And some of its whimsical enchantment loses its luster when you know where the story goes. Even the movie's attempt at making a mystery isn't that hard to follow, but there are times when it feels rather off. Like Hagrid tells Harry not to mention what he got out of the bank vault as its top secret, but when solving the mystery, it ends up becoming too obvious what it is and who's trying to steal it, especially when Harry's bringing it up as he's part of the mystery when Ron and Hermione are also figuring out the mystery with Harry. But they accuse Snape for trying to steal the stone, and even when being told that he's not trying to steal it, they still think he's going after the stone when it's pretty clear who's going to take it. But even if the story is somewhat flawed and certain effects don't work, everything else pretty much works out fine. John Williams' music is one of the best he's done, making it sound all magical and grand. It's such a fun score. The humor is enjoyable, and at times it gets a chuckle from me. The Quidditch game looks fun. All the magic spells are interesting with how they're named and what they do. It's nice to see a certain variety of creatures. All the sets are huge. Many of the other effects are impressive. It really is like a well-made film despite a few flaws with it. Not to mention Halloween and Christmas happen in the same film. And the actors portraying the characters did a pretty good job. And it's quite a cast too. Daniel Radcliffe plays Harry Potter. Rupert Grint plays Ronald Weasley. Emma Watson plays Hermione Granger. John Cleese plays Nearly Headless Nick, or Sir Nicholas. Richard Harris plays Albus Dumbledore. Maggie Smith plays Professor McGonagall. Robbie Coltrane plays Rubeus Hagrid. Alan Rickman plays Professor Severus Snape. Fiona Shaw plays Aunt Petunia Dursley. Richard Griffiths plays Uncle Vernon Dursley. Harry Melling plays Dudley Dursley. Ian Hart plays Professor Quirrell. Warwick Davis plays Goblin Bank Teller and Professor Flitwick. John Hurt plays Mr. Ollivander. Julie Walters plays Mrs. Weasley. Bonnie Wright plays Ginny Weasley. Chris Rankin plays Percy Weasley. James Phelps plays Fred Weasley. Oliver Phelps plays George Weasley. Matthew Lewis plays Neville Longbottom. Tom Felton plays Draco Malfoy. Devin Murray plays Seamus Finnegan. David Bradley plays Mr. Filch. Zoe Wanamaker plays Madam Hooch. Sean Biggerstaff plays Oliver Wood. Alfred Enoch plays Dean Thomas. And Leslie Phillips voices the Sorting Hat. Man, that's quite a long cast. As a whole, this movie is wonderful. The characters are great, the story is nice, and the effects are well done. Director Chris Columbus had made a fantasy that felt magical in all the right places, but managed to have a small mystery. Though not as grand as it was, it's still a well-made feature thanks to its sense of humor, its nice designs, and a wondrous quality. And for being a semi-Potter fan, I had a good time with this, and enjoyed it for what it is. So today, this movie we're going to rating of 3 stars. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook or Twitter, support me on Patreon, and tune in next week for a new video.